Okay, so having understood the role of kidney as the excretory organ, it's time for us to discuss the other organs which are involved in excretion. So other than kidneys, lungs, liver and skin also help in the elimination of excretory waste. So let's look at them one by one. So if we have a look at the lungs, our lungs remove large amounts of carbon dioxide and also significant quantities of water every day, right? We know that carbon dioxide is a metabolic waste which is produced during the oxidation of food. So it is the lungs which take up the responsibility of removing large amount of carbon dioxide whenever we try to exhale. Now let's have a look at liver. As you know that liver is also known as a chemical factory of the body. That is, the different chemicals and molecules undergo modifications and changes within the liver. So the largest gland in our body secretes bile containing substances like bilirubin, biliverdin, cholesterol, degraded steroid hormones, vitamins and drugs. So most of these substances ultimately pass out along with digestive waste. So thus anything that is excess, anything that is not required by your body will be undergone modification and changes in the liver, and whatever is not required will be eliminated through the digestive waste. So thus liver also acts as a very important excretory organ. So finally, the skin, as you know, which is the largest external organ of our body, produces excretory waste in the form of sweat and sebaceous gland. So the sweat and sebaceous gland in the skin can eliminate certain substances through their secretions. If we have a look at the sweat is a watery fluid containing sodium chloride, small amounts of urea, lactic acid, etc. If we have a look at the sebaceous gland, eliminates certain substances like sterols, hydrocarbons and waxes through sebum. So that explains us how, apart from the kidney as an excretory organ, liver, skin as well as the lungs help in removal of the other excretory waste. So that now we have reached the last part of this topic, that is excretory disorders. So under excretory disorders of kidney, we are going to discuss the following disorders, that is uremia, renal failure, renal calculi and glomerulonephritis. So first let's have a look at the condition called as uremia. So malfunctioning of kidneys can lead to accumulation of urea in blood, a condition called uremia. You know that why we have discussed the kidney filtration, right? I mean the filtration of blood by the kidney. The intention of filtering the blood is to get rid of urea from our blood. And what if the same urea accumulates in the blood? Then it results in a condition called uremia, and this condition called uremia can actually lead to kidney failure, and in such patients urea can be removed by a process called as dialysis, or we can say it is called as hemodialysis. So what is the symptom observed in uremia? There is accumulation of urea in the blood. Now moving on to the next disorder, that is renal failure. So as you can see here, renal failure actually means your kidney is no longer functioning properly. So the only solution we have is kidney transplantation. So under the circumstance of renal failure, kidney transplantation is the ultimate method in the correction of acute renal failure. Now moving on to the next disorder, that is renal calculi. Stone or insoluble mass of crystallized salts formed within the kidney, or what we normally know as kidney stones, is nothing but renal calculi. So in renal calculi there is insoluble mass of crystallized salts which can cause some serious discomfort. So that brings us to the last disorder of the kidney, and that is glomerulonephritis. So here as you can see, the word glomerulus is used. So here if the glomerulus undergoes inflammation, then the kidney obviously is not going to function properly, and this condition is called glomerulonephritis. So with that we conclude this chapter, that is excretory products and elimination. Thank you.